Hi honeys, and welcome back to another episode of Challenge Hollie. This week I've been challenged to do a expensive look versus a cheaper look makeup. So we're going to do a red carpet look. So on one side of my model's face is going to be expensive products, and on the other side I'm going to use a cheaper alternative. So the challenge is to create the same look without you knowing the difference. Let's get ready, let's get ready, let's get ready to rumble. Okay, so for this side of Abby's face, we're going to be using the cheaper products. To start off with, I'm going to be using a primer. This is by Vivo, and this is the Skin Perfect Primer. And I'm going to be applying this just with my fingertips, just to really work that into the skin. So we'll just do one half. And then on the other side of the face, we're going to be using Benefit's POREfessional. And I'm going to be applying this again with my fingertips. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, and this is anti-fatigue effect and radiant glow. I'm going to be popping this on with a foundation brush and then working it in circular motions. And all the products I'm using today will be in the description bar, and I'll also be putting the prices so you can compare the difference as well. And then on the other side, I'm going to be using the more expensive product. This is Clinique's Even Better, again using the foundation brush to apply. So onto eyes, I'm going to be using a fluffy brush to apply this white shimmery colour by the Beauty UK palette. And we're going to apply this to the brow bone. And then on the expensive side, we're going to be using our Naked's palette, and this is the Victoria's Secret palette. So I'm going to take this light colour here, and we're just going to apply that exactly the same as we did on the other side. So now taking this light silvery colour here by the Beauty UK palette again, we're just going to apply this in the crease. Once this side's done, I'm going to be now doing the expensive side, and I'm going to be taking the same palette again using this light silver shimmery colour. So taking the same brush, and we're going to do the exact same but on the other side. Now using this black colour from the same palette, and we're just going to pop this along the lash line. And then just taking a clean fluffy brush, we're just going to blend out the edges. So then on the other side, I'm going to be using this dark colour here in the expensive palette. And we're just going to do exactly the same. Okay, so I'm now going to just use this medium dark silvery colour, and this is going to go under the lash line just to bring the smokiness down. And then we're going to take the lighter colour silver here. This is from the same cheaper palette. And we're going to run it on the inside corner. And then just using our little fluffy brush, we're just going to blend that out. For the expensive side, I'm going to be using the Victoria's Secret palette again, and I'm going to be using the darker colour and then this lighter silver as well, but just doing the same technique on the lower lash line. So to open up the eye, I'm going to be using a nude colour eyeliner. This is the Rimmel one. This is in the colour Nude. And this is great for just really opening up the eyes. And on the expensive side, I'm going to be using NARS Bonaparte, which is exactly the same colour. It's waterproof again. So for liquid eyeliner, I'm going to be using Gosh's liquid eyeliner. This is just a black eyeliner, but it's got this sort of felt tippy kind nib. So we're just going to line the lash line with this. And then for the expensive side, I'm going to be using MAC's Boot Black eyeliner. It's got the exact same tip. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to be using the No. 7's Extreme Lash Extend, and this is for the cheaper side. So if you just look down for me, babe. So I'm going to apply a nice generous coating of this. For the expensive side, I'm going to be using the Benefit's They're Real mascara. Now, just for hygiene reasons, I'm using these little spoolies which are hygienic, but the brushes are actually near on the same, so that's what makes them both the same kind of product. So again, wiggling the brush in the root and then flicking out the ends. So for the cheaper side on the under eye concealer, I'm going to be using the Rimmel. This is Stay Matte, but it's a dual action concealer, so it's got a tiny circle of green, which is going to cancel out any redness under the eye. On the expensive side, I'm going to be using Benefit's Erase Paste. So this again is for especially under the eye because it cancels out any redness. This is slightly pink. So to fill in the brow on the cheap side, I'm going to be using the Beauty UK, this is the long lasting brow pencil in dark brown. So we're just going to mimic a hairline stroke just by flicking tiny little hairline strokes into the brows, and this is the most naturalist way to fill in the brow. And for the expensive side, I'm going to be using the MAC brow pencil, this is in the colour Lingering. So we're just doing the same technique with the little hairline strokes just to fill the brows in. So I'm just going to be using the Sleek blusher in Rose Gold, and I'm going to be using my blusher brush just to apply this to the apples of the cheeks. And to find these, if you just smile for me, babes, it's the little rosy area here. If you're a little bit older, the best way to apply blusher is a little bit above that, so that when you stop smiling, your blusher doesn't droop. And then on the expensive side, I'm going to be using Benefit's CORALista. Again, this is like a corally, gold shimmery colour. So we're just going to work that in the exact same way. And this is also shimmery, so again it sort of doubles up as a nice highlight on the cheek. Now onto highlighter, I'm going to be using the MUA, this is in the Undress Your Skin range. And this is a beautiful pink pearlescent shimmery highlighter. It's actually one of my faves. And then we're just going to blend that down. And I'm just going to bring that onto the temple as well. Then on the expensive side, I'm going to be using the Victoria's Secret, and this is in the colour Impassioned. Again, this is a pink pearlescent shimmery highlighter. We'll apply that in the exact same technique. For bronzer, I'm going to be using this Vivo bronzer. This is the Golden Days, and it's got tiny flecks of gold shimmer. And I'm going to be using the big Duo Fibre fluffy brush just to apply this. So we're just going to apply this to the temples, ever so lightly, and then on the jawline. So you can do like a big 3, which helps to really get that on the right areas. For the expensive side, I'm going to be using the Fake Bake bronzer, and this is the Luxury Soft Sheer Bronzer. Again, it's a beautiful colour for contouring and bronzing up the face, and it's got slightly small speckles of like gold. So again, on the hairline, we're just gonna pop that round there. That helps to slim the forehead. For lips, I'm gonna be using the lipstick part of MUA's Alexandra Burke's Lip Booms. So this is a beautiful red colour, this is in Bring It. And I'm gonna be applying this with a lip brush. A red lip is amazing for a red carpet look. Very glamorous. And for the expensive side, I'm going to be using a MAC lipstick in the colour Ruby Woo. And again, this is a really beautiful red carpet red colour. So again, you just want to apply that the exact same way. So I'm going to finish off the look now with a little Fix and Mist. This is going to just fix the makeup, make it stay on all day and give just a bit more of a dewy look. So I'm going to be using, for the cheap side, this is the Makeup Academy's Fixing Mist. And then on the expensive side, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. So it does the exact same job, it's just more expensive. Okay guys, that's the completed red carpet look using cheap products on one side and expensive products on the other. And to be honest, you can't tell the difference. Well, I can't tell the difference. And we basically achieved this whole look, but with completely different ends of price range of products, which is amazing. So it just goes to show you don't need to spend loads of money on your products. This is the last episode of Challenge Hollie. I hope you've enjoyed this series. It's been very challenging, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.